Most English learners make the same mistake every single day. They click on a video, they feel excited, and the moment it gets hard, they leave. And they do this over and over and wonder why their English never gets better. If that sounds like you, this video is exactly what you need. You studied English for years. You know the grammar rules, you know hundreds of words, you passed the tests. But the moment someone speaks to you in English, your mind goes completely blank. Nothing comes out. If that has ever happened to you, then you already know the difference between knowing English and speaking English. And today, we are going to explain everything.
Welcome back to English from Zero, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Jake.
And I'm Jessica. And today we are talking about something that almost every English learner experiences, but nobody really explains properly.
Yes, there is a very big difference between knowing English and actually speaking it. And once you understand that difference, everything starts to make sense.
Exactly. And more importantly, you will know exactly what to do to fix it. But before we get into it, everyone, please click the like button right now and subscribe to English from Zero.
And share this video with someone who is struggling with their English. They really need to hear this today.
Okay, so let us start with a simple question. What does it mean to know English?
Good question. I think knowing English means you studied it, you learned the grammar, you memorized vocabulary, you can read it and understand it.
Yes, exactly. Knowing English lives mostly in your head. It is information stored in your brain, like facts in a book.
Like knowing the rules of swimming by reading about it.
Perfect example. You can read every book about swimming. You can memorize every technique, but that does not mean you can swim.
Because swimming is a physical skill. You have to get in the water and actually do it.
Exactly. And speaking English is the same. It is not just information, it's a physical skill. Your mouth, your breath, your voice all have to work together very fast.
And that only comes from practice, not from studying.
Yes, so the first big difference is this. Knowing English is passive, speaking English is active.
Passive and active. Can you explain that more?
Yes, passive means you receive information. You read, you listen, you understand. Active means you produce information. You speak, you create sentences in real time, on the spot.
And producing is so much harder than receiving.
So much harder. When you read, you have all the time in the world to understand. But when you speak, you have maybe 2 seconds to find the right word, put it in the right order, and say it out loud.
2 seconds? That is so fast. No wonder people freeze.
Yes, and freezing is completely normal. It does not mean your English is bad. It means your speaking muscle is not trained yet.
The speaking muscle. So speaking is like a muscle we need to exercise.
Exactly. If you never go to the gym, your muscles stay weak. If you never practice speaking, your speaking stays weak, no matter how much grammar you know.
So you can have a perfect score on an English test and still not be able to have a simple conversation.
Yes, and this happens to so many learners. They are excellent at English on paper, but in real-life conversations, they struggle.
Because the test only measures knowing, not speaking.
Exactly. Tests measure your passive knowledge, but real life measures your active skill.
Wow, that is such an important point. So what is the second difference?
The second difference is that knowing English uses your memory, but speaking English uses your instincts.
Instincts, like automatically actions?
Yes. When a fluent English speaker talks, they are not thinking about grammar rules. They are not searching their memory for vocabulary. They just speak, automatically, naturally, like breathing.
Like how I speak in my first language. I don't think about it, I just talk.
Exactly. In your first language, speaking is instinct. It's automatic. And that's exactly what we want English to become.
But how do we get there? How do we go from thinking about every word to just speaking automatically?
That's the big question, and the answer is repetition. You have to use English so many times that it stops being something you think about and becomes something you just do.
Like learning to drive a car. At first, you think about every single thing, the pedals, the mirror, the steering wheel, but after months of practice, you just drive without thinking.
Perfect example. At first, driving feels impossible, but with enough practice, it becomes automatic. And speaking English works exactly the same way.
So we need to practice speaking so much that it becomes automatic.
Yes, and the only way to do that is to speak every single day, even for just a few minutes.
Even alone, even quietly, even imperfectly.
Especially imperfectly, because every imperfect sentence you speak is one step closer to automatic fluency.
I love that. Every imperfect sentence is one step closer. Okay, everyone, tell us in the comments. Do you feel like you know English but struggle to speak it? Write your answer below. We really want to hear from you.
Yes, and we have more coming right now, so keep watching because it gets even better.
Stay with us. You do not want to miss this.
Okay, so we understand the difference now. Knowing is passive and speaking is active. So how do we start moving from one to the other?
Great question. And the third thing learners need to understand is that your brain needs repetition in context, not repetition of facts.
Repetition in context. What does that mean exactly?
So, most learners repeat facts. They read a grammar rule 10 times, they write a vocabulary word 20 times, and they think that repetition will make them fluent.
But it does not work that way.
No, because your brain does not care about facts repeated on paper. Your brain cares about experiences, real situations, real emotions, real context.
So instead of writing a word 20 times, I should use that word in 20 different real situations.
Exactly. Say it in a conversation. Use it to describe something you see. Write it in a sentence about your real life. Each time you use it in a real context, your brain strengthens that connection.
So the word becomes more and more available to me every time I use it in a real way.
Yes, until one day it just comes out automatically without any effort at all.
That automatic feeling, that is what we are all working towards.
Exactly. And it only comes from real contextual practice, not from memorizing lists.
Okay, what is the next thing learners need to understand?
The fourth thing is that speaking confidence does not come from knowing more. It comes from doing more.
This is so important. So many learners think, if I just learn a little more, then I will feel confident enough to speak.
Yes. They say to themselves, I just need to finish this course, or I just need to learn 100 more words, and then I will be ready.
But that day never comes.
Never, because confidence is not a destination you arrive at after enough studying. Confidence is something you build by doing the thing that scares you.
So every time I speak English, even badly, I'm building my confidence.
Yes, every single time. Even when you make mistakes, even when you stumble, even when the words come out in the wrong order, you are building something.
And the person who speaks badly today will speak much better tomorrow, but the person who waits until they are perfect will still be waiting next year.
Exactly. Progress beats perfection every single time.
Progress beats perfection. I love that. Okay, what is the fifth thing?
The fifth thing is that fluency is not about knowing every word. It's about being comfortable with what you know.
Oh, that is interesting. So fluency is not about having a big vocabulary.
Not at all. Some of the most fluent English speakers have a relatively simple vocabulary, but they are incredibly comfortable using it.
So they do not freeze when they can't find the perfect word. They just use a simpler word and keep going.
Exactly. Fluent speakers never stop to search for the perfect word. They keep the conversation moving. They work with what they have.
So if I don't know the word enormous, I just say very, very big and keep talking.
Yes, and that's real fluency. Keeping the conversation alive, not stopping it to find the perfect word.
So we need to practice being comfortable, not just being correct.
Exactly. Comfort and correctness are both important, but comfort comes first, because without comfort, you cannot speak at all.
And once you're comfortable, the correctness naturally improves over time.
Yes, your grammar gets better as you speak more, your vocabulary grows as you use it more. Everything improves when you're comfortable enough to keep speaking.
So the goal is to get comfortable first and everything else follows.
Exactly. Okay, let's do our full summary. What was the first thing we talked about?
The first thing was that knowing English and speaking English are two completely different skills. You have to speak your way to speaking, not study your way to speaking.
Yes, like having all the ingredients but never cooking the meal. The second thing was passive knowledge versus active knowledge. Understanding words is passive, using words is active, and you close the gap by speaking.
The third thing was repetition in context. Don't repeat facts on paper. Use words in real situations. Real context creates real memory.
The fourth thing was that confidence comes from doing, not from knowing. Every time you speak, you build confidence. Waiting for the perfect moment means waiting forever.
And the fifth thing was that fluency is about being comfortable with what you know, not about knowing every word. Keep the conversation moving. Work with what you have.
All 5 of these things point to one simple truth. You already know enough English to start speaking. You just need to start.
Yes, stop waiting, stop studying, and never speaking. Open your mouth today and let the English out.
Because the English is already inside you. It just needs practice to come out naturally and automatically.
And every time you speak, it gets a little easier, a little faster, a little more natural.
Until one day you realize you're not thinking about it anymore. You're just speaking.
And that day will come, we promise. Just keep going.
Yes, keep going. Okay, everyone, we want to hear from you. What is the biggest thing stopping you from speaking English today? Tell us honestly in the comments below.
We read every single comment and we love hearing from you. And if you want to keep growing, we have another powerful video waiting for you right now. Click on it and keep going.
Your English is growing every single day, even when you can't feel it. Trust the process, and we'll see you in the next one.